Hello, welcome to our Gallery Teacher Masterclass. I'm Lana. I'm a teacher trainer, teacher, and an education consultant. And today's topic is AI for teaching and learning. Today we'll be discussing probably one of the hottest topics in the field of education at the moment, the use of artificial intelligence for teaching and learning. The world is changing rapidly, and with the rise of artificial intelligence, there are new opportunities for engagement and creativity in both teaching and learning. AI is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Every teacher and student is unique, with their own interests and needs. That's why we thought it would be a good idea to provide you with a range of AI tools to explore and experiment with, so that you could discover what works best for you and your learners. Today we'll cover three main questions. What is AI? We'll delve into the topic of AI and its rapid growth. You'll learn about various AI tools available. Then we'll explore why using AI is beneficial for teachers and learners, what you can do with its help that you wouldn't be able to do without it. And finally, we'll tackle the question of how to use AI. I'll showcase a few tools and provide some tips on how to use them effectively. So, what is AI? Artificial intelligence is like a computer that can learn from its experiences, just like we do. Imagine learning a new language by listening to conversations and practicing speaking. Similarly, AI can analyze data and recognize patterns to make sense of it. It remembers what it learns and can adapt its behavior to fit the situation at hand. So just as we improve our language skills with practice, AI gets better at its tasks as it gains more experience. Now let's play a scavenger hunt game. Look around and try to track down an AI-powered app or tool around you, no matter where you are right now. AI is all around us. It's the very fabric of the world we live in, from the maps that guide us to our destination to the facial recognition technology that you have in your telephone. Our keyboards autocorrect our text, and search algorithms guide us to the information we seek. Even our social media feeds are curated by AI, tailored to our unique interests and preferences. For example, YouTube uses AI-powered recommendation algorithm to suggest videos to users based on their viewing history and preferences. These developments are nothing short of remarkable, and they are transforming the way we interact with the world around us. As I mentioned before, there are a number of AI tools and platforms available. Have you heard of or tried any of these tools? These tools cover a wide range of tasks and areas such as chatting, like Alexa, Google Assistant, or speech-to-text apps like Happy Scribe, text editors like Grammarly, tools for writing like Copy AI, Jasper AI, Story Wizard, text-to-speech like Speechify or Play HD, 11 Labs, video editors like DID, and text-to-image AI tools for generating images from text like DALL-E or Midjourney. While all these tools are designed to perform specific tasks, ChatGPT is particularly interesting as it can perform many tasks such as reading, writing, translating, and coding, which explains all this hype about it. However, the main question is why use AI? Essentially, it's the first question we should answer before we start using any tool. Why do you need this tool? The key question is whether these tools are just gimmicks that may increase students' engagement for a short period of time, but essentially will not add any value to teaching and learning. Or is it a truly disruptive technology that will eventually transform teaching and learning? Now let us look at the general picture, some of the benefits that AI offers for education. They include automation of tasks, such as administrative tasks, writing performance and assessment reports, lesson planning, curriculum writing, and many others. Many other tasks that may help us save our precious time. AI can also help grade exams and collect data on student performance. Based on this data, it can help personalize the learning experience for learners by designing content that is tailored to their needs, level, and interests. This way, providing differentiated and individualized learning experience. Additionally, AI can provide meaningful and immediate feedback to students, which can be less damaging to their self-esteem, allowing them to be more comfortable with making mistakes required for learning. As they say, robots never judge. This contributes to learner autonomy, providing learners with more control over their learning experience. Take, for instance, the example of Duolingo, an AI-powered language learning app that allows users to set their own learning goals and tailor their learning experience to their unique needs and preferences. And AI can also provide support to learners outside the classroom. For example, if some of your learners need more practice with what you've covered in the classroom, or they need more speaking or listening comprehension practice, you could recommend an AI-powered chatbot or platform to provide them with opportunities for real-time language practice and immediate feedback. And it can be particularly useful for supporting students with special needs. However, all these benefits are brought when we use these tools meaningfully. Using AI tools in language teaching is like driving a car. Just having a car doesn't automatically make you a good driver. Similarly, simply having access to AI tools doesn't automatically make you a better language teacher. It's only when you know where you want to go, your learners' needs and goals or learning outcomes, and how to drive, use the tools in a thoughtful and purposeful way that you can reach your destination successfully. AI tools can be incredibly powerful, but only when used meaningfully and with learners at the center of the teaching practice. There is no such a thing as a one-fits-all approach or a one-fits-all tool. I think the approach that we take should be based on our particular practices, contexts, and the challenges we face. It should be aligned with our goals, so the tool doesn't come first and isn't used for its own sake. In product design, there is a term called pain points. Pain points mean unmet needs that need to be satisfied in the form of products or services. Let us take a look at some needs that we may have as teachers.
I'm a teacher and I teach multi-level groups. I want to give more support to my students. I also seek ways to meet the needs of every student in my classroom.
I'm leading a CLIL program and I need to develop a set of learning materials.
I'm a corporate trainer and often I have to design materials to meet specific needs of my learners.
These teachers are 100% AI generated, but the pain points are very real. Multi-level classes, looking for ways to meet learners' needs and make their language practice more learning rich, or finding the right materials. Now think about your practice. What are your pain points? Would you just like to add some variety to your classroom practice? Or you have students with particular niche needs you need to meet? Once you are clear on your learners' needs, try to find the right tools that can help address these needs. There are numerous websites where you can find information about AI apps. One such resource is Futurepedia, where you can search for tools by categories and features. At times, to meet your needs and produce the best results, you may need a single tool or a platform, or you may need a mix of tools. Creating that video with teachers' pain points took me about 10 minutes in total, including script generation, image and video making, but I had already experimented with these apps. Each tool has a learning curve, but if it addresses your pain points, it will be a good investment of your time. Start small. Gradually scale up as you figure out what works and what is a waste of your time. Now let us explore a few types of tools that I think are particularly beneficial for language professionals and language learners. The first type is text-to-image AI tools. These are programs that use artificial intelligence to generate images from textual prompts. It's like having a digital artist who can bring your words to life on the screen. One of the most popular tools of this type is Midjourney. At the moment, they stopped offering free trials, so I chose to explore its free alternative, Blue Willow. You can join it for free, and then you can generate an unlimited number of images. To sign up, you need to click on Join and open a free Discord account. Once you're there, you can browse through different images generated by users. You can see various ideas and prompts. If you don't feel comfortable with posting your images in the public server, you can open your own private server and invite the bot there. When you provide the prompt to the bot, It generates an image based on the text you've entered. Click /imagine and type your prompt. For example, let's imagine William Shakespeare working on a laptop facing the camera. You can add various parameters such as aspect, ratios, style, but for now we'll just add hyper-realistic to make it look real. Then you click submit, and in a minute or so you get 4 images of William Shakespeare. If there is an image you like, you can either click version and it'll generate 4 versions of the image, or click upscale and then you can save the image on your computer. Text-to-image tools get our traditional describe the picture activity to a completely new level, giving it a new twist. Ask your learners to describe an image and then feed the description to the Blue Willow bot to see what it generates. Or you can play the guess the prompt game. Get learners to guess a string of words that were used to create a particular AI-generated image. The next type of AI tools are large language models. Hello, ChatGPT. Using a large language model doesn't need to be overly complicated, but it's important before you decide to try it or introduce it to your learners. Learn what it is and how it works and what limitations it has. Essentially, you need to know about 2 concepts or principles underlying large language models. ChatGPT is an autoregressive language model, or simply put, a model designed to guess the next word. The other concept is reinforcement learning with human feedback, or simply put, ask a human if it's good. So you feed the deep neural network with a prompt, and the model gives several options, and the human decides which option is better. This largely explains both the capabilities and limitations that ChatGPT has. So simply put, all that ChatGPT does is spitting out what it thinks is going to come next. So sometimes it may generate incorrect answers by unintentionally stitching wrong snippets of information together. It doesn't know what it knows and what it doesn't know. It doesn't have an inbuilt notion of what is true and what is not. This means that you are the pilot. You need to carefully design your prompt with a clear idea of your desired output, what you want to get from the model. As they say, garbage in, garbage out. If your prompt is too vague, the quality of the output will definitely leave much to be desired. And remember, the ask a human if it's good principle. You are that human. Can your learners judge the response? Your learners who do not have expertise in the subject may believe everything what it says. If there is a mistake in your prompt, the chatbot will never correct you. It will take your own assumptions, bias, and false assumptions in the data it was trained on and run with them. So it's important to avoid over-reliance. It's a good tool, but it still has many shortcomings. At the same time, even in the current state of its development, it may add value to both teaching and learning. ChatGPT, as a large language model, is good at text generation, so it can come in very handy when there is a need to create materials to meet some niche needs. It's quite easy to use. Just type in your prompt, for example, act as an experienced teacher trainer. You are delivering a training session for teachers of foreign languages on the use of AI. Write a short paragraph outlining 3 main benefits of AI for teachers. Then click send, and on the fly, ChatGPT will generate a corresponding text. Then you can modify the text and introduce some parameters such as write as a human would, or write in the style of Shakespeare, or rewrite this text in the style of somebody else. And then here comes the text in the style of William Shakespeare. And here's our text. ChatGPT copes really well with text modification tasks. It can shorten or extend the text, add particular language items, add a dialect, simplify the text, or generate content that is tailored to students' needs, level, and interests. For example, ask ChatGPT, once you have your text, to shorten the text, while keeping some specific language items that you think are important for your students. Or ask it to extend the text, and again specify some language items that you would like ChatGPT to use in the text. Or ask it to add a paragraph describing something, or add a dialogue, or rewrite your text using simple words or phrases, or avoid jargon. Or you can feed your own text and ask ChatGPT to summarize or combine or compare and outline the key points in the text. This might be extremely valuable for teachers teaching multi-level mixed ability classes or looking to meet individual needs of their learners. Another strength of ChatGPT is text modeling. This makes the task of writing new test items quite easy. Just feed in the test and ask ChatGPT to write a new test following your test as a model. For example, you can ask ChatGPT to write 3 sentences using Sarah drinks tea, but she doesn't drink coffee as a model. And ChatGPT will come up with 3 options. John reads novels, but doesn't read short stories. Maria loves cats, but she doesn't love dogs. Sarah enjoys skiing, but she doesn't enjoy snowboarding. Or you can ask ChatGPT to write a new task using the following as a model. I'm very happy, and then you have a gap, and 4 options: to live, to have lived, to be living in the UK. I really miss being there. And then on the fly, ChatGPT will come up with its own version. I'm very pleased to live, to have lived, to be living in a small town. I really miss the peacefulness. ChatGPT may come in quite handy as a brainstorming tool. Opinions differ as to whether the text or plans generated by ChatGPT are good or not, but no doubt they can always be used as a starting point or as a source of inspiration. For example, when you're planning a lesson and need a quick activity to practice articles, you can ask ChatGPT to suggest a few activities. You can always write continue if you need more ideas until you find the idea that you like. And then you can ask it to make a task. Again, you might need some time to train the model, but once you've done it, it'll be of huge help. As an example, I asked ChatGPT the following: can you suggest 5 activities to practice articles? All right, I've got 5 options. Fill in the blank, provide a list of sentences with missing articles, and have students fill in the correct article. The second option, article matching, create a list of nouns and have students match them with the correct article. Number 3, article quiz. Create a multiple choice quiz where students must choose the correct article for a given noun. Number 4, article rewriting. Provide a list of sentences and have students rewrite them using the correct articles. And number 5, article scavenger hunt. Provide a reading passage and have students locate and circle all the articles in the text. I kind of like the 5th option, so I said make an article scavenger hunt on the topic food for A1 level students. Here's an example of an article scavenger hunt for A1 level students on the topic of food. Read the passage below and circle all of the articles you can find. And then here comes the passage. I love to eat pasta for dinner. It's a delicious and easy meal to make. I usually make spaghetti with a meat sauce or a creamy mushroom sauce. I also like to try different types of pasta. With ChatGPT, students can get correction and immediate feedback. For example, they can check their sentences. They can simply feed in what they wrote and ask ChatGPT to check them, or submit their paragraph or essay and ask for feedback with suggestions for improvement. However, again, you need to provide enough guidance to your learners. They should know about ChatGPT's limitations. So, for example, a student may feed in 5 sentences that they wrote, and then ChatGPT will correct the sentences, saying the following: do we have to turn in the essay this Monday? This sentence is grammatically correct. Are you coming to the party? This sentence is also grammatically correct. Why didn't you answer when I called last night? The verb answer should be in the past tense answered, because didn't already indicates past tense. So the sentence should be, why didn't you answer when I called last night? If a student does not understand the explanation, the student can always ask ChatGPT to explain in simple terms. And ChatGPT will come up with probably an easier way to explain the mistake. With ChatGPT, you can turn the process of checking into a learning experience for students. You can gamify the whole experience. For example, instead of asking ChatGPT to correct sentences, learners can ask it to say how many sentences are incorrect. And then they can try and spot mistakes on their own, correct them. And after that, they can ask ChatGPT to show the incorrect sentences. For example, it can say 3 of the sentences are incorrect. And then once the student tried to guess which sentences are incorrect, the student may ask ChatGPT, now tell me which sentences are incorrect. Though again, we need to remember that ChatGPT sometimes makes mistakes. And again, you need expertise to spot these mistakes. As a follow-up activity, they can also practice answering their questions on their own by prompting ChatGPT to act as their teacher and ask them these questions one by one. For example, I want you to act as my teacher of English. Ask me these questions one by one and wait for my answers. If I make any mistakes, I want you to correct me and explain the correction. Sure, I'd be happy to act as your English teacher. Please keep in mind that I'm a computer program, so while I can provide corrections and explanations, I may not be able to provide the same level of feedback and instruction as a human teacher. That's sweet. So here's your first question. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is blue. That's great. Your sentence is grammatically correct, but you used color instead of color, so you omitted you. Both spellings are correct, but color is the American English spelling and color is the British English spelling. Here's your next question. What do you like to do in your free time? Again, students may vary it. Students may ask ChatGPT to provide not such detailed explanations, or they can ask ChatGPT to focus on more detailed explanation, given all nuances of the language. The next type of AI is text-to-speech software. Text-to-speech AI is like having a personal storyteller who can read anything you want aloud. This technology can be incredibly useful for special needs students, as well as for language learners who want to practice their listening skills. For teachers struggling with finding level-appropriate listening materials, these tools can be truly indispensable. There are many tools available online. 11 Labs is one of them. You have up to 10,000 words per month for free. It's user-friendly. Once you sign up, you can start experimenting with the tool.
It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it.
You cannot find yourself by going into the past. You can find yourself by coming into the present.
So first, choose the voice you like. It has pre-made voices, or you can generate your custom voice. Just click on Add Voice and pick your parameters. For example, for our session, I'll choose a middle-aged male with a stronger British accent. Then feed the text in the box and click Generate. Then save it.
First, we thought the PC was a calculator. Then we found out how to turn numbers into letters, and we thought it was a typewriter.
Well, it's not bad. Now we can save it and use the text that we generate with ChatGPT. Paste your text in the text box and click Generate.
Choosing the right AI tools for your teaching and learning needs requires careful consideration of your students' needs, research of available tools, alignment with teaching goals, and meaningful integration. Remember, AI tools are just one tool in your teaching toolkit and should be used in conjunction with other strategies and techniques to create a comprehensive learning experience for your students.
And then if you are happy with the result, you can download the audio file. So it's pretty simple to use. With such AI tools, you can engage learners in the process of creating listening materials. Ask them to write a short story and convert it into speech. Ask them to customize it how they want it to sound. One of the tools I'd recommend for the classroom use is Natural Reader, primarily because it doesn't require signing up for the service. So your students may just feed their stories and select the voice parameters of their choice. Finally, one more type of software that has a huge potential for teachers and learners is text-to-video software. It's like having a digital video editor that can take your written ideas and turn them into stunning visual stories. With this AI, you can create absolutely new learning content for your students. One of the platforms of the kind is DID. The process of video creation is simple. Sign up for the platform for free. You will have 2 weeks to try it. Then to create a video, you can use one of the pre-made avatars, or you can upload your own image. I'll use our image of William Shakespeare that we generated earlier. Then you can either use the text-to-speech function or upload your own audio. I'll upload the audio that we generated with 11 Labs.
Attend to my humble words.
And then click Generate and wait a bit for your video to be generated. Again, the whole process is quite easy if you already know what you want to get and have all the right pieces of the puzzle. Once it's generated, just click on Download and download or share it with your learners. Sometimes it may take a bit longer. Okay, and here comes our video that we can download. And now let us see the final result of our work. The image generated with the text-to-image AI tool, the script generated by ChatGPT, the voice generated with text-to-speech AI tool, and the video generated with the text-to-video tool.
Attend to my humble words, as I doth espouse the virtues of AI for teachers of foreign tongues. Firstly, this wondrous technology may aid teachers in customizing the learning experience, that each student may be tutored according to their unique style and needs. Through machine learning, AI may analyze data on student performance and provide bespoke feedback and recommendations for improvement. Secondly, AI may assist in the mundane administrative tasks, such as grading and assessment, freeing teachers to attend to more noble duties like lesson planning and student engagement. And thirdly, AI may provide access to vast amounts of authentic language data, enabling teachers to craft more compelling and true-to-life language learning experiences for their wards. In fine, AI bears the potential to revolutionize the manner in which we teach foreign tongues, making language learning more expeditious, efficacious, and delightful for all.
Final takeaways. Choosing the right AI tools for your teaching and learning needs can be a daunting task. With new tools popping up every day, it's easy to get overwhelmed and lose sight of what really matters, the needs of your students. And the key takeaway for today is that it is important to use AI tools to meet your and your students' needs. If the why is clear, the how is easy. Think about your pain points. Find the tools that may address them. Learn how to use them. Experiment. Play around with them. And see if they work for you and your learners. That's it from me. And I hope you enjoyed the workshop and found it useful. I believe that the tools you learned about will be helpful to you in your work. And I'm excited for you to try them out.